Hey everybody, thank you for checking out the channel. Um, I'll be watching the prison stories. I have a good friend that's in prison right now. Um, you know, I hope he's doing okay. I'm not gonna say any of his shit on here because it's not really relevant, but I just hope that my man is doing okay. Where the fuck he is. Um, you know, prison stories are very entertaining. Like just on like just some real shit. Like not even on some like, yeah, you like to hear about death and destruction. Like, nah, not really. Like this shit is just it's just entertaining. Like hearing about I think it's about hearing about how people are locked in with each other for for years on end, and how you have to make everything work. You have to just make everything work because like or else it'd be nothing but chaos in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? And then like also me thinking like, what the fuck would I do if I was in that shit? Like, what the fuck would I do if I was in that fucking shit? You know? I'd be in trouble. Oh, I'd be in fucking trouble. Like, have to join a gang and shit. But then I'm not really somebody that's really like. I don't think I'm not really gang material. You know what I mean? And if I was gang material, I'd be nothing but a crash out dummy. And like, yeah, I'm not really trying to be no crash out dummy because odds are, if I'm going to prison, I have a release date. Because I'm really not doing nothing. Like, I'm not really stabbing, shooting nobody out here. Like, you know, this epilepsy kind of makes that shit a little hard. You know what I mean? And then substance use in prison is crazy too. And apparently down south there is they have a cream problem. If you get what I mean, or an ice problem down there, and ice cream problem down there, and I just couldn't imagine. You know, I've done my fair share of shit, so I couldn't imagine being in a room the size of maybe a closet, being on a stim. Like, are you like what? Like like I I couldn't even imagine that. So once once I really understood what the fellows were talking about with their cream stories, like the ice cream stories, and how that meant, you know, methamphetamine. Um, yeah, that shit was like, wow, okay. um, Let me see. And then there's differences between the South and the West Coast, and particularly out here in Cali. From what I understand, out here it's all racial. So, you know, if you're black, you will only be housed with other black inmates. Hispanic, white, other. Apparently down south, it is not like that. You will have a white, bunkmate, black cellmate. Like, it's not racially segregated. And so for coming from the West Coast, it's crazy hearing about that. It's crazy hearing how it's not segregated by race in other prisons. I started listening to a fellow named Cartoon 53, and he was an '80s Crip who was telling stories, and I was really into Cartoon 53. I was really, really, really into him. Because I could kind of relate to a lot of what he was talking about. I was born in the 80s, so I understand LA in the 80s. Like, I actually really understand. I remember LA in the 80s and in the 90s. And so when he's telling these stories, there's like, yeah, I wasn't running the streets, but I do remember, I have a recollection of LA during the times that he would be telling these stories. So it was a cool bit of being able to reminisce listening to Cartoon 53. But then, the nigga started talking about how he feeling black fatigue. And it's just like, I'm sorry, homie. Like, it's like for real though, like for real, like black fatigue is bullshit. But you believing in it and you are the grandfather of black fatigue, nigga. Because of people like you, bitches will fucking grab their purses because they saw big cats like you wearing all like wearing all blue. So for you to somehow, now that you got a little bit of coin, now you with all this black, like, man, and then when he was all like they really eating cats and dogs, like, nah, would suck because he's a great storyteller, but nah, man, I can't rock out with that. Cannot rock out with that at all. Like, nah, we ain't even doing that. We ain't even doing that, homie. We ain't even doing that. Then I kind of got into Charlie Global and Bill Feasy. Charlie Global is really, really, really funny, and his stories are engaging. I do prefer his prison shit as opposed to his like free world stories, but they're both pretty engaging. And I'll drop some of my favorite Charlie Global stories in the description. Just cause him and Bill Feasy, I believe they're both in Atlanta or in Georgia, so they're, because I'm aware of Charlie Global's universe, for lack of a better term. It was kind of easy for me to jump into Feezy's universe because there's a lot of crossover. They're both at many of the same prisons, and they both use the same lingo, so that kind of helps with understanding what exactly is going on. Because at first I did not know what cream was for the longest time. I did not know what the cream was, and I had to ask in a comment, like, "Hey, what exactly is cream?" So then when you re-listen to the stories and you have like a better understanding of, he's talking about, I thought cream was just like cocaine or something. I didn't really understand it was like meth, and if you know anything about that, it's a different geek than cocaine. Not that I would personally know myself, but so yeah, that's just what I'm doing. I'm gonna in the future we're gonna review individual stories and parts of them that I like and all that sort of stuff. But thank you for watching this first video. I know, like, a nigga got epilepsy and all this fucking shit, and it's a bitch. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's a bitch. So like, anybody just watching this video, like, thank you. I really do appreciate even giving a nigga like 2 seconds of your fucking time. So thank you. We shall be back. We shall be back, nigga.